Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Just the game smack back again, of course, with just a better good morning troll video, of course. Hope everybody is doing okay this morning. Hopefully everybody had enough coffee and, like I said, doing what you do. Alrighty. Let's see. Ooh, I've got something else. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna look at the welcome and see what's available today. Ooh. What the heck is that? Ooh, that's a mount. Nice. Let's see if we could get that today from the chaos chest. Ooh. Ah, come on. Where is my boogies? There we go. Sweet. Awesome. Woo. Okay, well, I don't even know what that is, but let me see if that's the new one or not. Nope. Nope. All right. Let's keep on rolling. Keep on rolling, rock. All right. Sweet. Yes, come on. Come on. Give me something good. Ooh. Ah, yes. I think that's the new one. Come on. Yeah. Woohoo. All right. Ooh, gives me 50 mastery. Nice. So I've got the new one. We're ready to go. Actually, I'm not ready to go yet because I got to do the PvP. Whee. All right, let's go downstairs. Let's go downstairs. Oh, yeah. All right, let's pick that up. Whoop. And let's pick this up. Woo. Yeah. It's all good. Ooh. Now, if I get a chance at 4, I get sucked into the portal. Get rid of that other mount because I don't need it. And be able to do it that way. Ooh. Now, what do I've got to do now? Yes. Get rid of that. Ooh. Nice. That works. Sweetness. Gotta love mornings, you know? Just gotta love mornings. Just waking up, playing some Trove, say hello to the world. God. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just waking up myself. I'm a little bit late this morning. I usually be on a couple of minutes earlier, but, you know, it's what it is. Oh, man. Last night was pretty crazy. So, yeah. Or not seeing a playing job, yeah. Good morning, my friend. How are you doing this morning yourself? Hope you're doing pretty good. Like I said, hopefully everybody's doing pretty good this morning. Of course. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm trying to get right now. I'm trying to do something. Ooh. Like I said, you get to love the troveness. Oh. Well, for me, I'm doing pretty good, I suppose. I could be doing better. But, I mean, that's what it is. Like I said, trying to get the Bomber Royale and stuff done right now and so on and so forth. Oh, get garbage. Oh, yeah. That happens sometimes. But as I mentioned before, when it comes to like to getting your mounts and stuff like that through the chaos chest, you can always get the chaos cores by themselves. Like I mean, I'll show you what I mean. Like I mean, I've got so many cores that I don't even use anymore. Because when you break down a mount and stuff like that, you automatically get cores and so on and so forth. So you could just keep on adding to your collection that way. Like, I mean, I've got 968 cores right now. That's absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you're talking about yeah. If you leave it to the last minute, it will be hard to get. Yeah, which is kind of weird. Which is absolutely weird. It's like, I really don't get that one. Oh, yeah, I know. But it looks extremely weird. I guess it's for those people that don't have Ganda. But it's not real Ganda, though, sadly. Mm. It doesn't have the ability for blocks, but, it's what it is. And plus, it doesn't give you the 250 mastery. Mm. I know. Like like I said, I'm not even worried with Ganda. If I get it, I get it. I don't. It's like, meh. Now, I gotta see it something right now. I've gotta see my weekly deal. Since that's changed. Nope. Next week, I think it should be on effigy, which has been great. Now, it's taken me forever to get to PvP, but I guess a lot of people are at school and stuff like that too. So, yeah. I'm just trying to get that one coin so I can get the rest of the coins. Oh, yeah. Poop dollars, yeah. Yo. Or even better yet, imagine getting all the what was it, plasma or plasminium, plasminium blocks. But the only thing is, you wouldn't be able to stat at it because it'd be like kind of a liquid. So, yeah, interesting. Dude. And if, like I said, if it was colored yellow, it wouldn't even be plasminium. It'd be absolutely something else. Ugh. That would be nasty. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, man. I gotta go ahead and do some grinding. I'm just gonna wait. Right now, I'm just gonna do some regular grinding. I'm gonna go and get some more gem dust and so on and so forth. Because I need quite a bit of that, actually. Like, I mean, it's gonna be, like, still crazy because I still need the cores. Now, I gotta check on something here. I know that's not gonna stick. Well, 24. I need a few more points. And that'll be it. I need a few more crystalline gems before I can actually have everything stellar. But I'm not no rush for that. I'll get there when I get there. Oh, man. As I just said, I just woke up, so it's like, yeah. I feel like basically getting hauled over by a dump truck. Yep. Gotta love dump trucks. Oh, yeah. But it's all good. Alright, let me see. Open up the side of that. Oh. Nice. Can't go no better than that. Yep. Yummy. Alright, that's my first one for the day. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. I took close to the first 3 to 4 days away from grinding. Like, I mean, the delves. just because of the fact that doing the event straight up to try to get that one ally, and that's exactly what I did myself. Like, I mean, I stopped doing that because it took time away from actually getting that ally because I missed 2 or 3 days at the beginning. I wish I had to be able to go back and kept on doing that just to get the what the heck is this? I don't even know what this is. Uh, it's the heart emoji. That's funny. All right. What? Yeah, I know. The basically the stats, the only good stat that's on that ally, the only good stat that's on that ally is the superstition, and that is only good if it works with trying to get a Ganda, but that is not a proven 100%. Like, I mean, I tried it with and without. It's like, bleh. Yeah, I call it stupid stition because I don't know if it's actually worth anything. It's just like, no. Oh man, it's just funny that people like try to give you information in the game. It's like, oh, this works, and it's like, okay, you tried like 1,000 boxes, and like, no, it doesn't work. No. So yeah, so it might help. Yeah, I know. I know. Trove is so random. I do agree with you on that. Like, I mean, you're not guaranteed nothing. And like I said, nothing inside of nothing equals nothing sometimes. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, you're gonna believe. See, this the thing is, one person said to me yesterday, was this that the Lunar Lancer was absolutely useless for grinding. That's one of the things they were saying. They were trying to argue black and blue and yellow and green. I said basically the three best grinders are Lunar Lancer, the Shadowhunter, and Neo Ninja because of their speed. And one person said, "Oh no, it's not. The Lunar Lancer is not consistent and all that crap." And I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is basically an 800 PR and trying to tell me this." And it's like, he says he's an 800 PR, but he's got no proof to that. And I'm like, really? And he basically tried to almost try to make an argument here on my channel. I'm like, what type of information do you really have? You know what? Like, I mean, think of it this way: you got some of the like even the top YouTubers, basically like with all the followers and stuff like that. Yeah, I know if you're following certain ones, they do give you not the right information. I turned around. I even said that to people. I said, it's who you follow and who you want to get information off. Yeah. No. Well, actually, the funniest thing is, his hook shot back when, right? Basically, the Lunar Lancer itself, with his hook shot, you used to be able to outrun all Lunar Lancers because it was a glitch in the game. You used to be able to time it right or whatever the case may be. You can't do that anymore. But they used to outrun all, basically, Neo Ninjas. So the Lunar Lancer would be the fastest at that point because of that glitch. But they end up patching that. So you can't get that speed anymore. So it's kind of like redundant and so on and so forth. Because I've seen somebody going with the Lunar Lancer right across the board, and I was like, oh my god. And the guy was like, laters. And I was like, oh, okay. And I thought he was actually using the Neo Ninja, but I know I couldn't even keep up with him at that point. Like, I mean, he was like doing a dungeon. He used to have 4 or 5 dungeons before I could even have 2 done. And that's how fast it was. And I was like, oh, should I? No. So now, but they did change that. They did change that quite a bit to where it's actually equal to itself now. Yeah. You know, I looked at exactly what it is, the level of Like I said, I love the little of information people give people, and try to say, like I said, they know what they're talking about too. You basically what it is, you do trial and error, and if it doesn't work, then like I said, then you look at what the person is doing, and then you basically see what's right and what's wrong. Like I mean, that's just one thing I do a lot. Like I mean, use wikis and sometimes, and I use the Trovosaurus. I've used different things, but I don't go out and listen to other people that much because I'm sick. Like even when I was starting to play this at the beginning, I was like, okay, what do I do to make stuff work? Like even my build itself, when the shadow, like I said, the way I've got my shadow hunter build, I don't use potions or nothing like that. Like I said, people see me grinding and stuff. They said, how in the heck do you do that without using a potion, but still do a good bit of damage and stuff like that? I said, I don't use potions unless I really have to. Like if I'm doing the delves and stuff like that, I will actually use the potions because it gives me extra damage. But regular grinding, I find I don't have to use it because of my setup. And like people be like, oh, that's how that works. It's all to do with mechanics. That's all it does. Like, I mean, once you get used to the mechanics in the game, it gets pretty easy. And it gets pretty straightforward. Like, I mean, if you don't understand the mechanics in the game, like what gems work with what, and what stuff will actually give you the best result. Like the best result, that doesn't mean the highest damage in the game. That doesn't mean best result either. Depends on what and how you play. Like say, some people uses the death defying, basically, and so on and so forth. I don't use death defying either. People are like, why the heck don't you use death defying? They said you're a noob if you don't use it. I said, do you ever see me die? Do you ever see me do anything like that? They said no. Like I said, I tell them, I said I only die if I run, like I said, running into game problems like lag and stuff like that. Right. Right. No, it's not that. It's just my setup. Like, I mean, if you're making a Shadow Hunter or certain builds, the thing is, Shadow Hunter is so easy to build and so easy to operate because it's a one-click wonder. And what I mean by one-click wonder, it's still been there since day one. And, like, I mean, you just hit a button, kill it, hit a button, kill it, hit a button. You just got to know exactly, with the new updates and stuff like that, what and how to build that to keep it that way. And that's exactly what I did. Like I said, with saying that, like, I mean, I used Pyrodisc for Cursed Skulls. I used Stinging Curse for the extra damage. I used Shadow Blitz, of course, the class gem. I used Vampiric Vanquisher. And I put all of those together. And a lot of people don't even think about doing that. Like, I mean, I use the Stinging Curse for extra damage just because you get white numbers. I'll show you what white numbers do in a second. What now? Watch this. I'm not even hitting anything right now. These are the numbers you don't see. See these white numbers? They're small, but when you actually look at it itself, you can actually still do that over damage. Those numbers are actually embedded into the character's damage. A lot of people just don't see that because they'll be like, oh no, it doesn't work, it's too weak, it's too what? And then on the other hand, I know it's doing extra damage in the background. There's stuff that you don't see. So, and then I've got, like I said, the Vampiric Vanquisher. That'll basically keep me alive without using potions. So, like, I mean, I do have that one shot, one hit. And if I do use a potion or something like that, I can keep that going forever. But I don't have to use a potion at all. Like, I mean, like I said, when it comes to, like I said, just doing it that way, I mean, I survived through everything. Like, I mean, I could do, like I said there yesterday, if you were watching, like I said, my stream when I was doing delves, like I said, I got up to about a 120 something odd. Then my Shadow Hunter finally started dropping away. But there's a reason for that. I could have got a little bit higher because of the I could have swapped it with my gems, and that is using the Berserk Battler for extra light. But of course, I just made this for the grinder. I didn't make it for nothing else. Now it's my own personal build itself. Like I mean, in that direction, and I do love basically testing out things. Like I love testing out mechanics in the game and so on and so forth, just because of that reason. A lot of people don't know, like I said, what mechanics to use with what, and so on and so forth. They don't actually boast on, oh, I'm a gamer. I'm actually doing this and that. I said, how much do you actually know? How much stuff did like how much stuff was given to you, like free of charge? Like it's like watching site plays and other YouTubers. And I will say this: I mentioned this before, and watching, like I said, what's going on with that. And the funniest thing is, in most cases, they don't know how to build any character. They don't test stuff again. They don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter how long a person's been playing. It depends on your beginning setup. Because you got to remember, it takes months to actually get the gems to the right spot. The only problem is, it's how you start to build first. Because, like I said, in most cases, like I said, you're not going to go along and start swapping in gems just because one gem is absolutely wrong, or it's not basically feasible to actually keep grinding, and that's exactly what happens. And this is why, like I said, I like doing what I do, because I love testing mechanics, so I could actually keep it the original availability in that. So I can actually be able to look at that, like the way things used to operate, and so on and so forth. So I'm actually not struggling into the game itself. I do not like to struggle in the game. I do not like to be able to do, like I said, I do it that way because I know it's absolutely pointless to me to struggle. So, like I said, same thing with using Lunar Lancer and all that, and even Neo Ninja. I don't like the Neo Ninja skills. That's the reason why. I love its damage. Don't get me wrong, and I don't mind its speed. I just don't like its skill set. But it's all it's all what you want to choose to do itself. It's how you want to play the game. So it's not one right or wrong way of playing it. As long as you can actually do that U11, get the gems, get out of there, and so on and so forth. Then if you want to go along and set yourself to a second character or whatever the case may be, yeah. Like, I mean, I got used to using all characters, but I mean, like I said, I still don't like certain skill sets. That's just me. Yeah, it's Frisbee. Like, I mean, think of it this way now, but he does require the still the potions and stuff like that, and you got a cooldown time. This is something I like about a Shadow Hunter. It doesn't have no cooldown. I mean, he could do damage for days without actually worrying about anything, and so on and so forth. So it's like I said, it's a different way of playing the game itself. And not, like I said, I'm not ragging on people that use what. I'm not saying one is better than the other. It depends on what you want to use, is pretty much. Like, I mean, it's all the different ways of playing the game. Like, I mean, that's why I look at people, oh my god, this is the best character. Okay, what's the best character to anybody? It's the one you started off with, the one you actually maxed out, the ones you got the most stats for, and the one that you had the most fun with. That's the best character in the game. And that's exactly what it is. It's what you basically want to start playing at the very beginning. That's the one that you've spent months to do and stuff like that. So, it's a different aspect of what is the best character. Because to me, all characters are good to a certain point. Now, some of them are slower than others. I wouldn't use a slow character for grinding. No. But the thing is, some of them are slower than others, and some of them do more damage than others. Like, I mean, okay, if you want to basically become a complete damage dealer, like I said, even the Ice Age, the Gunslinger, basically, and so on and so forth, can be very high damage dealers in any situation. But the only problem is with those classes, even with the speed mods and stuff like that, you are only going to get X number of speed out of them because they're still going to be slow on movement. You cannot change that. And I basically tried different builds with those characters as well. And I tried many builds throughout. I basically dealt with the mechanics. I dealt with everything that way. And I tried to make the best of, like I said, of what the abilities of the character is. Now, like I said, that's exactly what I've been doing the last little bit. Now, that doesn't mean, like I said, I'm a god. That doesn't mean this next person is a god. That doesn't mean the next person next to me is a god. It's how you want to play it, how well you want to basically build up that one character. Like I said, you got a couple of choices there for grinding, you got a couple of choices there for damage, and you got a couple of choices there for being a tank. But of course, nobody beats a tank anymore, like I said, in that direction. But at the other hand, it's what you actually want to play. Like, I mean, Solarian is a bit slower, but it does give off more damage than the Shadowhunter. Like I said, if you use Berserk Battler and you also use a Volatile Velocity, well, actually fixes shot, the speed of the shooting. So it doesn't be shooting as fast as a Shadowhunter, but it will actually multiply damage because of the way his skill set is. I'll show you exactly what I mean in a second. Let me switch to my build itself, what I'm actually working on. And like I said, I'm not too much worried about PR, the world's PR. I'm not too much worried where people are standing because that means people are just out there grinding, whatever the case may be. But I'll show you exactly. I'm going to show you right now. Like, I mean, my speed shot of my Solarian, it's actually pretty quick. All because of those two gems. Now, when it comes to that, with its skill set, which is damage buffs and stuff like that, it does a lot of damage, and it can do quick damage as well. I don't have it set perfectly yet for a U11. That's the reason why I don't use it. But, of course, it's slower. So you basically, the way I look at Trove itself, and the way I've been always looking at Trove, you trade off your speed for damage or look for a happy medium character. And what I mean by a happy medium, like, well, you know, Neo Ninja is not good for the Delves. Like, I mean, it's good for the run, it's good for the speed, but like I said, it's like the Shadowhunter. It goes so far, then it gets cut off. And it gets cut off sometimes a little bit sooner, or just probably an extra number or two you might get out of it by later on. But like I said, it's just one of those things, and it does happen. So, like I said, I find the slower characters, when it comes to it, a lot more damage into the Delves, to be honest. And that's exactly what I look at. Like, I mean, I'm looking at like the Gunslinger, Ice Age still does really good. The Draco also can do good too in the Delves. I've seen some good numbers from that one as well. So, like I said, this is watching people play with me, or basically watch people do Delves itself and what characters, like I said, to see which the builds, what they do with them, and so on and so forth. And as I said before, it's also to basically to test out what you know yourself to see what would work. Now, like I said, when it comes to speed, a lot of these speed characters, this one's got a little bit extra speed to it because I do have movement speed added to this character, but it's not super fast. It's not like the Shadowhunter and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, it's like this. Like, if you really wanted to have speed for grinding, because, see, the Delves, you don't need speed to do Delve as of such. All you need is a pure damage character, because that's what it requires to get those higher levels. Or unless you're basically glitching on the character. I know the Shadowhunter used to have a glitch at one point of actually getting beyond a block and basically glitching out the Shadowhunter so he can actually do about I think it was like 170 or something like that. It was just kind of a stupid number. But anyway, regardless of that, it was just something that I'd known about. And that's pretty much what it used to be. But like I said, it's just crazy, because what they used to do is get behind the block itself and do basically it's called wall shot. You used to be able to shoot through the wall. I don't know how they used to do it. I don't know how they used to set up a block, because I was trying to basically set up
a block in there, and it wouldn't allow me to place the block, which is kind of weird. But I guess someone found out a spot, or someone found out something about that, just to basically do that. So I don't know. Like I said, it's just so much stuff that I've heard about, and half the stuff I didn't see. Like, I mean, this is why I don't listen to a lot of people, because I'd rather test my own stuff out and everything else just to make sure stuff is going to work. Now, the only thing is, with saying that, like, I mean, there is a lot of posers out there. There's a lot of different people out there that go along and say, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. And then basically don't know what they're doing. And that's the big, huge problem with that. So, like I said, it's just, like I said, who you follow and why you follow and how you play your games is how you're going to enjoy them at the end of the day. And like I said, this is the way it works. Like, I mean, as you notice, like I said, with my build, like, I mean, yes, I could probably do a little bit more damage, but I'm already one-shotting everything. So why in the heck do I need more damage to grind? I don't get that. Like, I mean, I'll show you exactly what I mean right now. I'm going to use a potion on this guy. All right, he's gone. He's toasted. But I don't even need to use potions at all. It's just like, Like, I mean, you do enough damage, like I said, with the Shadow Hunter anyway, because his shot is so quick. And plus, I've got light and stuff like that. I'll show you exactly what my stats is. Now, somebody went along and told me before I should have had a little more critical damage, at least even at my level, and that with to worry about the physical damage so much. But the only thing is, I done it this way, so I can actually be able to get that extra oomph. I can always change the stat if I ever decide to do so, though. But that's an easy one to do, because at least I don't have to regrind the gems and stuff anymore, or anything like that. So it's, like I said, it's easy to swap out using the Chaos Sparks. If I ever decide to go along and try to make a suggested build, but the way I've got it set out, well, see, the thing is, this is what someone mentioned to me. They said, have one of your stars in, like I said, in one direction, and have the two extra stars in another direction. So if I'm doing like physical, have one in physical and two in critical damage, and reverse the next gem. Like I said, reverse those. So what I did, basically, instead of me doing that, I actually took one stat of, like I said, one full stat of critical, one full stat of physical. And that's exactly how I build a character. So my build is exactly the same thing as theirs, but I don't have it set up to where it's actually one and two, or 2 and 1. I've got like 3 and 3 and 3, but I've got them all separated. Even with my empowered gems. My empowered gems are not exactly the same. I've got like 3 in one section and 3 in the other, and then I've got it reversed in the other gem slots. So, like, I mean, that's why I get my damage and stuff from. And it works quite well. Like, I mean, a lot of people will be like, oh, that's how you set it up. Yeah, you can set it up that way. And it'll equal to be the same thing as, at the end of the day, the stats. Or very close to it. Like, I mean, if you, like I said, if you do miss a little bit of damage or something like that, which is very rarely that you will actually miss that damage. But what I'm getting at is how you build a character and how you survive. Like, I mean, I got sick and tired of basically dying in this game. And I mean, besides the glitches and stuff like that, well, basically everybody will die from a glitch. But if you're basically dying from just a regular mob, so you can't do the damage, you got to remember, I'm in U11 right now. And I'm basically not using potions unless I really direly need to. And that's something else, too. Like, I mean, it gives me the option of doing something. I'm not forced to do something. I don't need this autopod. I don't need the unyielding. I don't need all this extra stuff. Like I said, when it comes to damages and stuff like that, I like my build because of what it can do. But, like I said, when it comes to, like I said, grinding the dungeons and stuff like that, it gets pretty crazy. And so on and so forth. Because, think of it this way, if you never die, or get a little chance of dying, you don't have to worry about your cornerstone, only for cashing off or getting rid of junk, and basically doing it that way. So basically, what I do is just basically Like this is why I don't like giving out builds, because I love to see people try their own things to see exactly what they can get to work themselves. Now I don't mind, like I said, if someone's basically wanted to get a build and be able to try my build, because my build is basically pretty solid too. But like I mean, there's a couple of different variances of this type of build too. Like I mean, you can actually basically test it out, whatever the case may be, because that's all Trove is. Trove is not a hard game. Trove is actually a very easy game to play, but they do throw a lot of information at you at the very beginning. Like I mean, you've got the augmentations, you've got everything. Like I said, you got the enchantment system, you got the mastery system, it's a whole slew of things. And that is what gets people. People are like, how the heck do you play this game? Just too much. Well, if it's too much, then that's how you do it. You just break, like, I mean, the same thing I did with my YouTube videos. You just break it down into sections. And when you do break it down into sections, you can take all these sections and learn how to play this game. You can learn how to play this game in 5 minutes. No joke. Like, I mean, the game is that simple. Like, people be, oh my God. It's like it was one guy who was basically boasting here yesterday. Oh my God, I've got top mastery. I've got top everything. Oh my God. And I was like, okay, I really do not care what you have anywhere else. He was on the UK server. I said, I really don't care. I said, as long as you enjoy playing your game. I said, I'm not here to boast. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to do anything. I said, it's disrespectful when it comes to that. You're playing your game. I'm playing my game. Basically, we're just here to chat. We're just here to basically to actually enjoy, and that's just it. And that's exactly the way I do it. And like I said, like I mean, even with my YouTube channel, like my YouTube channel will never tell people how to play it. Like I mean, it'll give you suggestions, and it's up to you if you want to do that or not. Like I mean, I could go along and, like I said, basically flip the market and make a lot of flux in a run, or basically just do some gardening and basically set that up too, so I can actually make double and triple flux. That is one of the easiest ways to actually make flux, by the way, to a point. Now, it's not guaranteed every single time because there's so much competing against the market. Because you got to remember, people always will try to undercut you as much as they can, even if it's only by one flux. That's something that's going to happen. See, to me, the market into Trove is like the stock market. It has a certain percentage, and a certain percentage you gain, and a certain percentage you lose. But you want to gain more percentage than you actually lose. So, like, you get to look at the, you say, okay, you bought something at 80 flux a piece. Like my one of my friends was showing little, but like I said, you're making still quick flux because sometimes you'll see those items going for about 200 a piece. So you're basically still making flux, but you're also driving other people away, driving other people out of the market. So you're making them drop their prices. So you basically do it that way. But the only thing is, there's only a certain percentage that will work, until basically the market starts resetting itself and all the prices will remain roughly the same. Like I said, unless you basically can get your own free stuff and everything else. See, for me, I don't do the swap. I don't do anything like that, but I still make enough flux to keep going. Yeah, it's what it is, dear fuzz. You know, I look at exactly what it is overall. Like, I mean, when it comes to that. Now, everybody plays the game a little differently. Like, I mean, I still make tons and tons of flux. I still make sense. But see, what happens is, a lot of people don't realize dragons and stuff like that and other things in the game will actually help you a lot. Like, a lot of people that is talking about, like, flipping the market and stuff like that doesn't even have that many dragons. They don't have the stats. They don't have nothing. But that's the only way they can actually make flux. Oh, okay. What do you mean by end? What do you mean? You mean you're ending Twitch or what? I never got understand what you were trying to say. A break up. What do you mean by break up? You're not making no sense. I'm not getting you. I'm trying to read. I'm reading the chat right now. What are you trying to get at? I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm just going to leave the conversation because I don't get it. Like I said. Oh, that's not good. Oh man. Ah, that's not good. That's not good news this morning. Hopefully you can patch it up. Hopefully you can patch it up. Like I mean, it's really hard to find your significant other too. But hopefully you can patch it up. Hopefully you'll be able to see at some point before you actually throw in the towel, to see eye to eye at some point. But that's only, like I said, that's a real life thing. But like I mean, it's what happens, you know. But hopefully you could be able to do something. Well, it does happen from time to time. So like I mean, some people like say grow out of the thing that they love, or they just get bored, or do you want to change, and that happens too. So you know, I've seen people getting married for basically 20 plus years. They end up basically just breaking up, even after all those years. You basically got a lifetime gone with this partner, and it's like gone. And it does happen quite a bit. Like I mean, like I said, it depends on what it is itself, you know. But I do feel bad for you, really, and so on and so forth. But like I said, the real life things you can't really change itself. Well, you could change it. You could try to patch it up to make things better, but not saying it's actually going to work. In that direction. Like I mean, it's all to do with the two people that's actually together and try to make things work. If things are not working anymore, you know. Oh man. But like I said, I send Fuzzy. I do send all my love to you to a point, and hopefully things work out right for you. You know, like I said, if it doesn't, well, I don't know. Like I said, this is why I said when it comes to it, this is why I try to give suggestions. I don't really tell people how to live or what to do, because actually, like I said, I'm from one of the part of the world. You're from the other. Like I said, I would try to help you, like I said, if you were my next door neighbor to a point, because I don't forget my neighbors. And that's one thing the people should not do to a point, because you don't know when your neighbor can help you. I know sometimes your neighbor can actually be a pain in the but, I mean, it's what it is, you know. Well, Fuzz, I will tell you this. As a suggestion, like, I mean, if you're scared of you losing something or whatever the case may be, or losing, like, it's losing a part of you to a point. It's only but you can always pick that back up at some point. I'm not saying you're going to pick it up the same way. Like, I mean, everybody, like I said, does different things, like I said, in that direction. Like, I mean, if you're looking at exactly what it is. Now, this just sounds like I'm giving life advice, but I'm not. I'm just saying is what could happen with different things. So if you've got a certain thing set and try to make something work, like you can always talk it out and stuff. That's the only thing you can do. If you cannot talk it out or try to fix something that way, and then like I said, it's just crazy, you know. Like I said, I wish I was next to you, like I said, and I wish I'd be able to actually speak to you, like I said, in person. It'd be great. All right, Meat Grinder, thanks for dropping in, of course, and hopefully you have a great day as well. And like I said, hopefully be able to see you again, of course, as always. And like I said, it's been fun, of course. I'm still waiting for PvP. But if I don't get it right now, I'll be coming back and try to get it later on off stream, because it's just getting ridiculous right now. But yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I would go along and go back to the conversation we just have. I would go along and try to speak about it, or try to patch it up, or try to do something and see if you can actually make something right. Now, if you're still going to argue and stuff like that and cause frustration, like sometimes breaking up itself is better than that frustration. Because if you're arguing and fighting with each other and stuff like that and it doesn't work, that means you will eventually get into physical contact and stuff like that. If it's not already escalated to that, and if it gets to that, like even a pushing and shoving, it does happen sometimes. It doesn't always happen, but it's better to basically try to stop that when it can be done. So that's the only thing I can suggest. It sounds it sounds like a downer, but the only thing is, it's what you can actually do to try to actually fix something. But not saying it's going to fix, is not going to fix the way you think, not going to fix your hurt if it's going to be broken. But you got to look at exactly what it's costing you. If it's costing you more than what it's actually worth, then what is it? And that's exactly why I look at relationships and stuff like that, and the way people act, even act on here, like I said, doing like streaming and stuff like that. And some people act, like I said, perfect. Some people act, like I said, a little bit out of sorts, and so on and so forth. So it's all of these different genres and stuff like that you have to deal with. So yeah, like I mean, it's like, but it's not the same thing as having a true relationship with this person. But it's still something the same. Like I mean, it's like talking to somebody early in the morning and say hello to them, and then all of a sudden you can't say hello to them anymore. It's like your best friend. This is basically something happens to them or whatever the case may be. You're on the phone. This is one thing. This is one thing when I'm actually watching movies and stuff like that. I'm watching like these action movies, and he'd be on the phone saying, "Hello, Bob, this is me," and all of a sudden the phone goes dead. And that's something like because it's a disconnection from the world. And it's a big, huge disconnection from the world. So, yeah. But like I said, it's enough for the downer stuff right now. Like, I mean, in the morning. Like, I mean, everybody wants to wake up, be cheerful, and everything else. So, how is everybody doing, like I said, besides that? Like I said, how is everybody doing this morning? Of course, hopefully they got enough coffee, and hopefully got enough everything to keep themselves running, and hopefully they're actually enjoying their day so far. Hopefully be able to actually keep going and be able to keep trucking and doing their games and stuff like that, and basically enjoying the day, because the day is only started yet, of course. And, of course, that's exactly what I do. I try to wake up with the best intentions and the best of mood and the best of everything. So, yeah. I don't let depression and stuff get to me at all. I mean, I'm never depressed. Now, I do get even, but I don't get, like I said, I don't get into anyone else's face either. So, it's all good. Anyway, regardless of that, guys, I'm going to be ending my stream here. Of course, I've got my dailies done and so on and so forth. Like I said, it's too bad I couldn't get Bomber Royale working for you guys, basically, and even for my own self. I will come back later, probably off stream, and I'll be able to try to get that. I will be doing a lot of I'll be doing another stream later on this afternoon. I will be doing racing and stuff like that. I'm not sure what game I'm going to be playing. I might try to finish off Heat, to get a few more vehicles. I might just go along and try to do Rivals once again, or I just might do some Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a lot more interesting to play because it's a lot more, it's not as much customizability, it's just a little bit more realistic to a point. Well, realistic to the controller. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, and good night. If you do need, like I said, a person to talk to, you can always reach me here. Of course, I'm actually under here. 12. And it's this. And this is actually my Discord. You can actually, you can actually reach me there and be able to speak to me if you ever decide to want to talk anything personal that you can't really talk to about on here. Like I said, I'm understanding of everything. Like I said, I'm not the best philosopher, but I'll try to do my best. That's what I do. Anyway, I'm going to say good morning, good night, and good afternoon. And this is where I'm going to end my stream. I'm going to say, hopefully you have a great day. And hopefully be able to see you again at one of my other streams, whatever the case may be. Thanks for the support, of course. Thanks for the follows. And I'm going to say good morning to everybody. Well, I'm going to say good morning on my end, but hopefully be able to see you again. Peace out, guys. Have fun.